2822 Sports goes behind the scenes at Pocono Raceway, giving you an exclusive insider perspective. And now, 2822 News presents Road to Victory Lane.
Thank you once again for joining us as we are live tonight on the WBRE, and it is Road to Victory Lane. And I'm yelling a little bit, and the reason is it's loud. The race just ended. I'm here with NASCAR superstar driver Michale McDonald. Michael, a busy day, and we appreciate you giving us some time. It's race night for you, and you're here with us, so we got to thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Glad to be here.
We're glad you're here as well, and I'm sure you're glad you're in the Pocono region. What's it like every time that you see Pocono and the Tricky Triangle on your calendar?
I love it. I love coming up to this area. It's always just a fun weekend. We just saw a great race. It was a little long, this race was. Like you said, it just got over. But, yeah, Pocono in general is just one of the most unique racetracks that we come to, one of the coolest areas. So we always enjoy it with the family for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. You had mentioned we had to completely change the top of the show. We were getting ready. We were going to start the show talking about the O'Reilly Series. But as you can see, as people are walking by, it literally just ended. The O'Reilly Series, 7 crashes, 16 different lead changes today. So it was a long, long day for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is what happens when you start to get into that cycle of restart after restart after restart. You get a lot of cautions, but it was a great race all the way to the end there. And, I would expect tomorrow you'll probably see a little bit more long green flag runs because in the Cup races those typically happen a little bit more. But once those cautions start to happen, man, it's hard to stop it. They just keep coming.
Yeah, they just kept piling up. And then especially a caution with 9 laps to go and then a caution with 5 laps to go.
Yeah,
how does that more or less how do you stay focused in those last 10 laps where it's stop, go, stop, go, stop, go driving?
Yeah, the hardest part is actually the red flags, as we saw there. Just when you're rolling around under caution, you kind of still stay in the zone. But when you stop on the back straightaway and you shut everything off and you're hot and there's no air coming through, you're like, I'm ready to get out of this car. So it's hard for the drivers to mentally shift from those red flags and cautions. But as you get closer to the end of the race, you know that the intensity is just ramping up. And so you're preparing for that and getting yourself psyched up, ready to go.
Well, I know the intensity was ramped up about 2 o'clock today as you guys were out on the track for qualifying as well.
Yeah.
And no surprise who took the pole, unfortunately, for you guys. Denny Hamlin, once again, taking the pole. So we'll go ahead and we'll show you some of those highlights, and myself and Michael will break down some qualifying here as we get you ready. But Denny Hamlin taking the pole. Winner of 3 of the last 4 races, winner twice in a row. He's won here 7 times, more than anybody else. How you guys stop him?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, tomorrow the only way you're going to stop them is if they make a mistake. The speed that they have right now and the level of execution that they're operating at, it's going to be hard to stop. Everyone knows that the Toyotas in particular have been very strong this year, and there's been races where we can contend with the Chevrolet camp. But the last few weeks they've had that little extra bit, and they're just taking advantage of it. They're capitalizing on the momentum that they have, and that's what this sport's all about. And then, like you said, having Denny Hamlin come with all that momentum and confidence to Pocono, probably his best racetrack, is not great. But there's still a lot of laps to race tomorrow. And, there's a lot of things that you have to do to put yourself in position to win these races. So anything can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we got a chance, as we're breaking it down with Michale McDonald, who got out on the course for qualifying today. We also got a chance to talk to Denny Hamlin, and we got a chance to talk to Chase Briscoe, who was last year's winner here at the Great American 400. So let's go ahead and get that ready for you. We'll give you a couple of seconds as we talk to Denny Hamlin and Chase Briscoe today after they qualified first and Briscoe 5th.
Generally speaking, when weather rolls in, you usually have good sun for a while, and then the clouds come in before the rain. So what that means is that the track, if you're going to get your passing down, you have to do it in the first half of the race.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I mean, anytime you can come back to a place where you've won before, it's always, you just have a different confidence about you. So, yeah, looking forward to it. Obviously felt like last year our stuff was, good here. And just this has been a really good track for JGR in general. And then, you throw in the fact that the Toyotas have been as strong as they are. I mean, yeah, I definitely feel good about it.
All right, and we look at the top 5 as well, alongside of Denny Hamlin's going to be Kyle Larson. He finished 2nd. I know Chase Briscoe, who we just heard from, 5th. And you're in the top 10 as well. How important is it to get that top 10 start for tomorrow?
Yeah, and my teammate, Daniel Suarez, qualifying 3rd. So, our Spire cars have had a lot of speed the last few weeks. We went out early in this qualifying session, which is typically hard to overcome, but we got a good starting spot. So looking forward to that. But track position is super important. And so starting in the top 10, starting in the top 5 really helps that first stage, allows you to get into a good rhythm. And then also it helps you set up your strategy for the rest of the day. So that track position is hard to come by, and you don't want to give it up. So tomorrow it's going to be super critical.
What was the track like out there today? What are the conditions?
Well, it's fairly unique because typically we have a little earlier morning session, and this was midday, hottest part of the day it felt like. We went out for practice and qualifying. So I think that's good for us because the track tomorrow will be more similar to that. The temperatures will be more similar. So I feel like it's a good read of what you're going to have tomorrow. So, yeah, the track's great. It's always, like I said, tricky here. It's a tough place to figure out, but it's fun when you get it right.
Well, you mentioned that the track conditions are going to be similar because of the time. So we're going to let you know this as well. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock is the start time. Moving up because of some weather concerns from 3 o'clock to 1 o'clock. So green flag dropping here at Pocono at 1 o'clock tomorrow for the Great American Getaway 400. We're going to go ahead and drop a yellow flag here. We're going to go into the pits. We're going to take a break here at the top of the show. When we come back, there's so much more to go. I know we kind of mixed some things up, and that's because the O'Reilly race, as you can see behind me, just finishing. They're down in victory lane. And in just a few moments, we're going to have a live interview as well with today's O'Reilly's winner. Plus, we're going to review yesterday's ARCA recap. So don't go anywhere. We're coming right back with our special co-host, Michael McDowell. Michael McDonald. He's a Grammy Award winner. Michael McDowell, myself, here live at Pocono Raceway. Don't go anywhere. This is the Road to Victory Lane, live on WBRE.
We're watching Road to Victory Lane on WBRE 28.
Well, as you can hear, it is a big, excited crowd here at Pocono. It's Flag Day weekend, it's Father's Day weekend, and people are excited. As soon as you turn on a live television camera, you get quite the crowd here.
Awesome.
And we got a very special guest here, Jason. Jason came up in between our commercial break and wanted to get a quick picture, and I said, no, you know what? You come join us. Jason, where are you from?
New Jersey.
New Jersey? Who's your favorite racer?
Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott. You're standing next to Michael McDowell. How you not gonna say Michael McDowell?
That's not a bad guy to be a fan of, you know?
What are you looking forward to seeing here today?
Chase win.
Chase win. Okay, but him in second, right?
Definitely.
All right. Jason, thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend, bud.
See you. Thanks.
We are having so much fun here. It has been an incredible 2 days, and the big event hasn't even happened yet. The Great American 400, that's tomorrow. But O'Reilly, just finishing up. Let's talk about the O'Reilly Series here. What did you see? What did you take from today's race that you're going to be able to use tomorrow in your strategy at Pocono?
Well, I think for me, what I look at is which lanes win on the restarts, which groove in the corners we're working. To try to find, where passes happen, where the defense came from, because those are some of the things that will apply from Saturday to Sunday. Obviously, the cars are very different. The style of racing is a little bit different, but you still learn watching those races, and it was a great race. We saw Justin Allgaier with a great car, but Sam Mayer was very quick all day. At one point, I thought Sam was actually going to have an opportunity to win that race there. The last few restarts didn't work out for him, but Justin, the old guy, he's having a great season. I think that's his 5th win this year, so it's been exciting times for him.
How do you stay out of those crashes? How do you stay out of the big ones so you don't have those?
I wish I knew, I mean, really, your level of aggression just stays up. You stay on the attack, and sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. Situational awareness is important and knowing who you're around and what could happen. But when it comes down to it, you're just going for it, and, sometimes it works out.
All right, well, we're talking about Saturday, and we're going to have so much more for you on O'Reilly. I know we're going to have it at the top of the show, but it's going on right now as we speak, so we're going to get all of that for you. We're going to go to ARCA right now real quick. we're going to end yesterday's race. Giovanni Ruggiero dominant from basically lap 8 on.
Yeah.
How do you go ahead and catch someone, or how do you just execute so perfectly to have that dominant race?
Well, he just had a really fast car and did a great job, and won the race by over 10 seconds. Now, the battle from 2nd to 5th was actually really good in the race, but he was so long gone, I don't think he ever saw it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it was about 2 or 3 seconds between that 2nd spot and the 5th spot.
Yeah.
And the 5th spot was the pole holder as well, yes. But, I mean, how concerning is that as you see that happen at ARCA, that might be something that happens tomorrow?
I don't think that's a big thing. I think in the ARCA Series in particular, you have maybe a few less cars that are capable of winning the race. And then when you put a guy like Gio in that has a lot of experience in the truck series, running well with a great team like Joe Gibbs Racing, that's a pretty lethal combination.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so interesting to see it because it's an individual sport, but it's not.
Yeah,
it really is
it's
a team
sport,
effort.
for sure.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
You got to have fast cars. The best driver in the world still isn't going to carry a car that's not capable of winning, and so you need everything in motorsports, and from pit crews to strategies to executing those restarts just perfectly at the end there.
Yeah, and there was a few of them here in ARCA. And like I said, O'Reilly, we got the winner just in a few moments. We're going to get a live interview with him. We're going to have a live interview in a little while as well with the Executive Vice President of the Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau. Plus, we're going to get to talk to the president here of Pocono as well. So we have so much more in store for you. Do not go out anywhere, because right now we're going to let you know what you need to prepare for tomorrow, because with the weather change at 1 o'clock, I'm sure people are going to have to change from shorts to ponchos. We're going to head right back to the studio. Valerie's in studio for us right now with your weather.
We are talking about, yes, some great weather today, not so much great weather for your Sunday. Here's a live look at Long Pond. Lots of sunshine out there, just a few clouds, but it is absolutely gorgeous. And you want to have some comfy weather? Well, that's exactly what we've been dealing with today. Dew points that are on the lower side. It is comfortable. However, it is going to bump up and get a little bit more muggy here for your Sunday. When you look at radar, nothing going on. That is all quiet. But when you fast forward to tomorrow at this time, it is going to be a bit of a different story. We are tracking some showers and thunderstorms that are going to be working in once we head into the afternoon. Those will be coming in 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And we are going to be looking at showers and thunderstorms to be potentially strong, if not severe. Damaging winds and heavy rain will be your primary concerns with this, but it's not out of the question, the farther south you go, that it could get into tornado territory. Right now, though, we are primarily looking at just those heavier rains and some gusty winds. When you look at futurecast, we will see those by the time we head into the afternoon, 1, 2, 3 o'clock. And then as we get into the 8 o'clock hour, you'll see another little batch coming through. So for the most part, we are going to be dealing with waves of this as we go through the day. The beginning of the day, you're fine. It's the afternoon and evening that we want to keep an eye on things. Here's what it looks like for your forecast. Tomorrow, becoming mostly cloudy. There will be those afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms. Some of those can turn strong or severe. Heavy rain, damaging winds will be your primary concern. High temperatures will be right around 80 and a little bit more humid. Zach?
Thank you so much, Valerie. We appreciate it. And don't go anywhere. We are coming right on back. As we've rounded turn 1, we're on the back straightaway. We are right here with Michale McDowell as well. We have a special guest joining us from the Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau when we come right on back. So we aren't going anywhere, and neither should you. This is the Road to Victory Lane on WBRE.
Watching Road to Victory Lane on WBRE 28.
Well, as you can see, I've had to trade in my special guest host for a little bit. Over to my left, all of the fans taking Michale McDowell and getting some autographs and some pictures with some of the young fans. The joys of live TV. I love it. I mean, who can get upset if this is your job, right?
Exactly.
Joining me here, the Executive Vice President of the Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau, Brian Bossett. Brian, how amazing are these 3 days here in Pocono?
Oh, this is what we dream of. Great weather, lots of fans. It's been great. We've had a lot of people here. Started coming in on Wednesday night. Pocono Raceway does an amazing job. You know, they bring all these people here and they just get to enjoy the Poconos, and we hope that they go out and explore while they're here and stay longer and just have a great time.
115,000, huh?
That's a number I heard, so I think it's probably even a little bit more. So
what is the record? Do you know the record for what we've had here?
I think it's close. You know, over the years, the attendance has changed based off regulation and some other things and what they had in the infield, but it's pretty close, and I think, they're getting close to another sellout. I think they might have announced that they sold out already, so it's 4 years in a row.
We weren't supposed to spoil that till later on in the show. But yes, that is true. NASCAR is sold out for tomorrow. We're going to have some information on that later with some of the people from the track, but with all of these people coming here, what kind of impact, what kind of effect does that have on the rest of the area?
It's great. It brings a lot of people to the area. The beauty of the races here is that, we get to bring new people to the Pocono Mountains, and, they get to come and enjoy, and then they come back and visit again outside of race weekend, and every year we get to introduce the Poconos to new people.
So if outside of race weekend you come here to the Poconos, what else can people enjoy, or maybe here on a Saturday night or tomorrow after the race?
Well, all of our great restaurants in the area, a great time to go out, get something to eat after a long day being here. We have our indoor water park hotels right by, a lot of great iconic resorts. People are staying in short-term rentals and having a great time with their families. So there's so much to do, so many attractions, whitewater rafting, going to one of our downtowns and having a great time.
So last question here for you, and I got a chance to ask Chris Barrett this here yesterday as well. The partnership between Pocono, the owners here at the track, and NASCAR, how important, how special is it to this area?
It's great. I've been a resident of Pocono Pines all my life, and I grew up with this family, and they're a great family, done great things for the Poconos. The Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau loves being partners with them, and we're looking forward to a lot more successful years together.
Well, we're looking forward to being able to cover it for a lot more, many years as well. And we've gotten a chance now to talk to the executive vice president here of the Visitors Bureau. But who better to talk to about what's going on than the visitors, than the people that are here? And we're going to go right now to 2820 News Report. Oh, nope. We are going to hold that for you. We'll have that in just a little bit. We're going to go ahead, take a quick break here, get reset up for the second half of the show as we are turning the halfway point, headed down the backstretch, and we will be back with about another half hour. We got the O'Reilly winner. We got a trip to the infield, plus our very special presentation and our very special dedication to Kyle Busch and everything that Pocono has done here for Kyle Busch as well. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be back in just a few moments on WBRE's Road to Victory Lane.
Road to Victory Lane on WBRE 28.
Thank you for staying with us. This is Road to Victory Lane on WBRE Channel 28 as well. We have WYOU 22, where last night we had the Tricky Triangle. So make sure you go to the 2822 homepage, as you can catch any of our coverage from Pocono Raceway from Friday, Saturday, and of course tomorrow on Sunday. We have Michale McDonald, our very special guest host here today, as he gets ready to race tomorrow as well. He'll be taking part in the Great American 400. What's race night like tonight? What's night before race like?
Typically it's pretty low-key, actually. Just dinner and bed. I mean, that's really it. Usually there's a concert going on out there and some fireworks at some point. So, we go outside and enjoy that for a little bit. But most of the preparation work's been done. And our meetings we've already had. And then, you wake up Sunday morning and then you have a bunch of appearances and autograph sessions and merchandise hauler, and then kind of all ramps up slowly, throughout the day.
So a low-key night, you said. Yeah. So I'm guessing then you're probably not headed over to Outdoor Adventures and grabbing some ATV racing here over the weekend, huh?
No, we've done it before, though. It's actually really fun. A few years back, I brought the family here, and we stayed after the race and spent the week here, and so we've had some good times for sure.
Yeah, and actually, you know what? I had a good time doing it Wednesday as well. Myself and WBRE news reporter Heidi Martens. Got that right for you this time. Yes, Heidi got a chance to get out, and myself as well, with ATV Outdoor Adventures. So we're going to let you know what that was like and have a little bit of fun around the Pocono Raceway.
Idea of a perfect day includes a little dirt and a lot of adventure? Pocono Outdoor Adventure Tours might be your next stop. Located right next to the Pocono Raceway, the guided UTV tours takes guests through wooded trails, muddy terrain, and even parts of the iconic Raceway property. Tours run about an hour and cover miles of off-road terrain designed for all riding types, from beginners to experienced.
It's just cool to, see their reactions. I think my favorite thing is, seeing guests come from all over the East Coast and almost be kind of out of their comfort zone, and then they go out and have a blast, come out, all muddy and smiling.
Drivers navigate twists, turns, and plenty of puddles, while guides lead the way through trails that showcase what the heart of the Poconos is all about. Guided tours allow guests to explore areas around the raceway that most visitors never get to see. The UTVs can accommodate multiple passengers, making it easy to bring the whole crew along.
We didn't know that the racetrack was right here when we came by, but knowing that that's happening this weekend, it's probably really cool for anyone else who comes up and tries this place out. I definitely think it's worth the experience.
It's an awesome weekend for us and Pocono Raceway, seeing all the people that are coming to the Poconos. It's a huge event for not just the Poconos, but for Pennsylvania as a state.
For many visitors, the biggest challenge isn't driving the trails. It's trying not to smile the entire time. Heidi Martens, 2822 News.
Whose car is that off of?
Thank you so very much, Heidi. I got a special gentleman coming in here today. Look at this. This is a burnt up tire. How'd you get this?
From LeVar's crew.
You just asked for a tire like someone asked for an autograph?
Pretty much. He autographed it.
Well, we got, as you can see, this is the type of stuff that they got to work with in the pits. This is what they need to fix. And our 2822 sports reporter, Ricky Turner, got a chance to catch up with some drivers and some crew members to figure out just exactly how you get this type of tire back out on the track.
In NASCAR, it's not just about the driver winning the race, it's about the pit crew who puts the car together.
There's so much that goes into this sport that, outsiders don't always see, and, the team means everything. Yeah, they do a great job putting this car together and giving me a lot of speed to go out there and win the race.
Speed is the name of the game on race day, but preparations for specific tracks and cars start months in advance.
They'll start on a car for a race kind of a month in advance, start building it, and there's just a lot of fine-tuning that goes into how you build the race car, how you set it up for the weekend.
Things like aerodynamics and tire play a big role on what a successful and bad result look like.
If you get all the clean air and there's a lot of air on your nose and splitter, spoiler, everything, I think you'll be all right. And then all the guys further on back are definitely going to struggle more and more.
Despite all of the preparation, sometimes things don't always go as planned.
It's certainly not ideal. He's just been really in the wrong places at the wrong times. Now, some of it is, you're in the middle of the pack, you're gonna get involved in some of it, but some of it is then he's there because of strategy or something. Like, it's just, there's definitely been a large element of luck.
Then there is what could be the biggest benefactor of all, the weather.
Generally speaking, when weather rolls in, you usually have good sun for a while, and then the clouds come in before the rain. So what that means is that the track, if you're going to get your passing done, you have to do it in the first half of the race. Because that's when the track is going to be the hottest, the sun will be out the most.
Well, Ricky gave us an opportunity to speak with some members of the pits and what that life is like. Let's get an inside verse of it. What is the communication like between yourself and your crew as you're racing out there?
Well, there is a lot of communication. With me in particular, it's really a triangle. You have the spotter up on top, and then the crew chief sitting on the box and me in the car. And so we're relaying information. I'm relaying information about the car, how it's handling, what I need to be better. The crew chief and the spotter are talking together, and they talk to me separately. So there's a lot of communication, a lot of strategies going on between the engineers and the crew chief, when to pit, when to take tires. But I'm not hearing all that all the time. I'm just hearing the critical information that I need from the spotter and the crew chief, and then relaying that information back of what I need from the car.
What is that critical information? What does the spotter do for you as you're out there? What is he relaying to you?
Everything. I mean, they're such a big part of what we do, because as you guys see, when you get 3-4 wide, only thing that you can see is that car next to you. You can't see 2 cars below or 3 cars below or a run coming. So they're painting the picture for you. They're describing what's going on all around you so that you can make that decision on which lane, the lift, drive in deep to avoid an accident. It's all happening so quickly. Now, I'm ultimately in control. I got the gas, I got the brake, and I got the steering wheel, but that spotter's really trying to give you the biggest picture they can on what we need to do.
And I know a lot of people don't realize this or don't recognize this, but you don't have a lot of help inside the car. No rear view mirror, no side mirrors, nothing really to let you know what's going on.
Yeah,
having that extra set of eyes, how important is it that you guys are speaking the same language and communicating?
Yeah, not just the communication, just the trust that it takes. When he says clear, it's clear. And when he says go low, you got to go low. Because that split-second hesitation is the difference between being in the wreck or not being in the wreck. So it's a vital part of what we do on race day for sure.
What are those communications? What are those conversations like just before race starts? What are those last few things that are you talking about with your spotter and your crew chief right before the green flag drops?
It's really just a checklist of things that we've already discussed. You know, hey, remind me about my brake bias before pit road. Hey, remind me of my lights in particular at a different spot on pit road. So it's just those finer details that you just want to make sure that you're clear on. But most of your preparation work, like I said, is done the whole week leading into the race. And you're just doing a quick refresher of, hey, here are the important things that I need you to remind me because I'll probably forget if you don't, and vice versa.
So yesterday we got a chance to break down what we considered or what we determined to be the 4 most important parts of Pocono, or the 4 things to know.
This will be good for me to know.
Okay.
That's great.
Well, one of them, the Track's family owned, and we're looking forward to speaking to some of the members of the Track family in just a little bit here as well. And I can see Victory Lane's clearing out. We're going to get an interview with the O'Reilly driver as well. But just before we get out of here, real quick, what are the things that you concentrate here on Pocono? Is it the turns, the straightaway, or avoiding the big one?
Yes, all the above. The real focus here is the turns leading on to the long straightaways. That's where your speed's going to be. So in order to defend and in order to pass, you have to be good at those areas. And so that's what you focus on. Avoiding the big one, like I said before, sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. You can't overthink it. You just have to go with your gut instincts. But this track in particular is so challenging because how different the corners are. But for me, it's all about getting off of turn 3, which leads on to this long front straightaway.
Well, we're about 34 minutes in, and we haven't hit the big one yet. So we're going to try to avoid it for another 25 minutes or so as we're going to continue on here on WBRE and the Road to Victory Lane. Michale McDonald joining us, the driver for NASCAR tomorrow, the 71, I believe, correct? Yes, the 71 driver as well. We're hoping when all the partying over here at Victory Lane ends.
That's where I hope to be tomorrow. Yeah, that's the plan right there.
So tomorrow, you and me will be right there. We're going to do this again. Yeah,
we can do it live.
We're going to do it live, absolutely. And we're hoping in a few moments to have the winner of the ARCA O'Reilly race as well live. He's over there right now, so we're going to work on that. We're going to have a couple more special presentations for you involving Kyle Busch and as well speaking with members of the Pocono race team here. But we're not going anywhere yet. We still got a little while to go, and we still got a good crowd out here. Some people waiting on autographs for me to be quiet. I'm getting wrapped over here. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on WBRE.
You're watching Road to Victory Lane on WBRE 28.
We are having so much fun here, and I hope you guys are as well at home here on the Road to Victory Lane on WBRE and 2822 News. I'm right here joined by NASCAR driver Michale McDonald. Michael, you are the star of the show. Every time we go to commercial, there is just a group of people up here wanting autographs and hugs and pictures. How much fun is it to be able to interact with these people?
Yeah, it's fun. And Pocono, for me in particular, is kind of a fan favorite for me, which is kind of unique because I don't really have that big of a following everywhere else. But Pocono, Phoenix, my hometown, a few places like that, it's a lot of fun.
I'm telling you, after today, you're going to have a massive following in Pocono and the NEPA area. I know after this, I'm going to be on the gram. You'll get a request from me for sure. But all the fun, the family events, everything that is Pocono. Have you gotten a chance to actually enjoy any of it on your trips here? Get into the infield, the concerts, anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. It's like a very family-friendly place to come, and the camping's great, and it's always a lot of entertainment from good food to wood carving to good concerts. So there's always a lot going on in the Pocono infield and a great fireworks show. So yeah, it's a fun place to bring your family for sure.
Yeah, and a fun place to do your job, I know, as well, because Connor Core, our 28-22 news reporter, has spent the last 2 days in the infield. I'm pretty sure he's played some cornhole. He's played a little bit of water pong. He's done a whole bunch of stuff, and I don't even know what he's doing out there now, but I know he's having a good time. So we're going to go ahead, throw it to Connor Core, 28-22 news reporter. Connor, what's going on out there?
Yeah, Zach, good evening. There's been a lot of excitement. Things are starting to slowly die down as the O'Reilly Autoparts Series race has been coming to an end, but new timers and old timers have been filling up and flooding Pocono Raceway throughout the past couple days and will continue into the rest of the weekend. But for the 57th year, there continues to be an excitement that comes around these 3 turns here in the Poconos. Now, the people have been coming from all over the country for this weekend at the Tricky Triangle. From nearly the Canadian border to the Sunshine State, nearly north and south of the East Coast, NASCAR fans have been traveling long distances to enjoy the weekend. One group tells 28-22 News that the Pocono Raceway is the second trip to seeing all of the NASCAR racetracks across the country. Families also telling us the atmosphere is second to none here in Monroe County.
The atmosphere is awesome around here. I love it. People are friendly. It's nice around here. I like the mountain scenery. That's like at home we got mountains too, but we ain't got nothing like these up here.
Look around. Everybody's having a good time. Me too. Woohoo! Yeah, baby!
Now, one common theme that I've been seeing is the lack of sunscreens and the lack of shirts, I'll be honest with you, respectively. And I've been taking daily photos of my tan line right here on my right wrist, and it's not looking pretty with the lack of sunscreen that I've been putting on my arms right there. But for now, Zach, I'll send it back to you.
Connor, I moved out of the shot because I can see you behind me. You don't have a tan at all to have tan lines, so I don't know what you're talking about there. I'm going one man here as well. Again, our co-host Michale McDonald hanging out with some of the kids, some of the fans. Guys, what you love most about Pocono?
Camping.
Camping, I like it.
We like camping, and it's our first time camping here.
How about the ice cream truck that just walked by? You guys,
I like this.
How about yourself?
I like camping too.
Clearly, camping, the big hit here at Pocono. I'm going to let our co-host Michale McDonald get a little bit more love here from his Pocono fans. We're going to get a little bit of love here in a few moments as well. We have the ARCA recap coming up one more time for you. We have our O'Reilly recap coming up for you. And, of course, we are going to say goodbye to a legend at Pocono. That is Kyle Busch, as we're standing right behind here over at the Rowdy sign. So we're going to come back in just a few moments. We're rounding, well, we're not at turn 3 yet. We got turn 3 and a backstretch away. Don't go anywhere. WBRE's Road to Victory Lane. Be back in just a few moments.
Watching Road to Victory Lane on WBRE 28.
Hey, welcome back in, and thank you for joining us. It is WBRE's Road to Victory Lane, live here from Pocono Raceway in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. Got it right this time. Standing next to me, Michale McDowell, the racer and the number 71 car, and getting ready for tomorrow. Before we get to tomorrow, let's break down the weekend. We'll start with Friday, the ARCA race. Giovanni Ruggiero coming in first place, a dominant performance. What was the thing that you most noticed in Friday's race?
Well, it was just a dominant performance, like you said. It's tough to win these races by a few seconds, let alone 10. So he was in a class of his own and just executed perfectly. We didn't see a lot of cautions in that race, so once it got spread out, he was pretty much gone.
Now, compared to today, the O'Reilly Series,
a lot of cautions.
Yeah. 6 or 7 wrecks as well, few restarts. How much different of a race is it when you have that wide openness versus the stop and go?
Well, I mean, I think the longest green flag run that we saw today was like 14 laps in the O'Reilly Series, so not very long. And so it was all about executing those restarts, getting position while you could. Strategy played into that at the end of the stages. And so it gets tough when you get down to those last 3 or 4 restarts, especially when you're the leader like Justin Allgaier was. It's hard to do it once, really hard to do it twice, but to pull off 3 restarts there in the last 10 laps is really tough to do. So it's just all about timing those restarts and getting the right pushes at the right time. Very different race than what we saw on Friday, and I think it'll be a very different race than what we see tomorrow.
And then coming into tomorrow as well, what are your expectations? What's the game plan for tomorrow?
Yeah, game plan for tomorrow is get into the top 10 and stay up there all day long and execute a perfect strategy, because a lot of what we see at Pocono on Sunday, in particular for the Cup race, is fuel mileage and getting that strategy just right. And just like we saw Chase Briscoe last year saving fuel to win the race, that's a big part of what we do on Sundays in these long 400-mile races, so it's definitely going to be a big part of it.
Well, as we're talking about tomorrow, there's no better person to kind of get us ready, as AJ Stack's going to walk in and join us. Now, AJ, a member of the Pocono team here. We'll get in a little bit closer. AJ, I know you guys made a special announcement just a few moments ago. Someone may have spoiled it a little bit, but it's okay. What can you tell us about tomorrow?
Yeah, so tomorrow's race is completely sold out. This is our 4th year in a row selling out Pocono for our NASCAR Cup Series race. So we're really excited for the Great American Getaway 400 tomorrow, and it's going to be an awesome day.
A sellout crowd, what's that number? How big are we expecting tomorrow?
So it's kind of a little secret. We don't say exactly how many come on Sunday. So the family who owns the business, it was a long-standing tradition, but we're going to have over 115,000 people for the weekend here.
Let me ask you, as we are, and you know what, I'm going to ask you this as well, as we are experiencing our first weekend at Pocono without Rowdy, who is literally right over our shoulder right now, what special things has Pocono done this year to kind of get ready for this?
Yeah, we had so much outpour from our fans and just everybody in the community, and the NASCAR community really came through as a whole. So when the drivers are coming out onto pit road, we have a big Rowdy billboard up there. We dedicated a rock on our Walk of Fame to him this year, which is pretty cool. We have a new program that we put the cover especially for Kyle Busch. Fans can write messages that we're going to send home with the team and the family, and we have stuff everywhere. We have the 8 painted on the start-finish line. It says Rowdy 8 there. And we have the 8 also all the way up and down the front stretch. So it's a lot of special things.
As a driver, seeing all of these things, what does that mean to you as you see Kyle Busch being such a part, and especially the 8 victories for Kyle Busch here over Truck, ARCA, O'Reilly, and NASCAR, the track record holder?
Yeah, it's still hard. It's obviously still very sad. It feels very fresh, right? And so each racetrack that we go to, it's a reminder when you see that pulling in, like you said, pulling into the tunnel and going out on the racetrack. And it's hard to comprehend yet. And I know it is for a lot of people in our industry, but it's great to see the tracks and the industry really come behind the family. And not only that, but to celebrate Kyle's legacy and what he achieved on the track and off the track. But I think for all of us, it's just still very raw and very fresh. And yeah, it's still hard to believe.
Yeah, absolutely. I know when it happened, it was an absolute shocker through our newsroom. Just a lot of people didn't know if it was real at first, to be honest with you. So this first year, with all of the things and Rowdy's presence here, do you notice a different vibe from the crowd?
Yeah, totally. So Rowdy's one of those polarizing figures. Some people love to root for him, some people love to root against him, but it's really cool seeing everybody come together and root for him. And that's where I don't think he would have wanted anything more. He didn't care if he was the villain, he didn't care if he was the good guy. He wanted to win races, and he went down and he has 63 Cup wins, so it's pretty impressive. He definitely left his mark on this place.
And then just finally for yourself, what was it like racing with Rowdy?
Well, I didn't race with him much. Most of the time he's out front. But, obviously we came into the sport around the same time, and so I've known him for over 20 years. And, nothing will compare to what he's done on the racetrack. I mean, there's just nobody that's won as many times that he has in all 3 series. And so, that's one of the things that people talk about a lot because that's his legacy. But I think about him playing on the playground with the kids and hanging out, being a dad. And that's the part that, means a lot to me.
Well, it's getting the perspective both from the track here, from the drivers, and we actually got a chance to catch up with some fans as well, and a lot of people around Pocono here, whether they're wearing the M&Ms, wearing the Busch, wearing anything like that. We got a chance to talk to them as well. So stay tuned. When we come back from the break, we're going to wrap up. Oh, well, actually, I'm sorry. I got our producer here letting us know right now we're going to head on over. 2822 sports reporter Elena Lucido is live with us over by the Kyle Busch Memorial Rock to let us know more about what Pocono Raceway is doing for Rowdy.
Hi, Zach. Yep, I'm here at the tribute site for Kyle Busch. They have the number 18, his famous number, previously in the day, now number 8, which is highlighted in gold right here. Fans putting M&Ms, putting Busch Light cans and flowers here to remember the NASCAR driver that gave so much to the sport of NASCAR.
I miss him. He was my guy.
This year marks the first time the famous number 8 Chevrolet will not make an appearance at Pocono Raceway. The sudden passing of NASCAR legend Kyle Busch last month has fans remembering his legacy this weekend at Pocono. Lifelong fans like Brian Delaney, who got to see Busch's last win in Dover, says he's happy to see everyone celebrating his life and legacy.
It's weird. It's definitely weird. It's shocking, but it's really amazing all the different things and all the stuff that they've done, to honor him.
Seeing The Rock with the faded out one is real important to me and my daughter because he was 18 for us. He was the M&M car driver, so that is really special. We're really happy to see that.
Eric Smith, who attended a Busch Series in Nashville, remembers the time Kyle took out of his day to introduce himself to him and his 3-year-old son.
He had pulled up in a golf cart and kind of made eye contact. And he was a ways off, and he could have just ducked behind a fence and took off, but he kind of all right, waved me over. So I scooped my son up and ran over there, and he kind of talked to us for a few minutes. He was really nice, and he didn't have to do that, and I thought that was really nice of him to, hang out and, talk to my son and everything, get some, let him get an autograph and everything.
Though Busch may no longer be present on the track, fans like Berwick native Larry Spencer says he still feels his presence this weekend.
It's sad. You can still see a bunch of reminders. We were over in the grandstands earlier and over at the merchandise trailers, and there's just a ton of people wearing his hats and T-shirts and stuff, and you could feel his presence here, that's for sure.
You guys, fans have been gathering here, taking pictures in front of this memorial all day, and will continue to do it the rest of the weekend and tomorrow for the Great American Getaway 400. Zach, back to you.
We'll just talk. Thank you so much, Elena, and thank you so much to all of the people who gave a few moments of their time to look back and remember Rowdy here at Pocono. We just have a few moments as well. Let's look back at the weekend and get us ready for tomorrow. First and foremost, this weekend, ARCA O'Reilly. How exciting has it been so far, and how exciting is it going to get tomorrow?
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's great to have ARCA Series back again, so we had a great way to kick off Friday yesterday. The O'Reilly Series was an awesome day. We had a packed crowd, absolutely beautiful day. Just the energy at the end there with the red flag and everything going on, it was pretty epic. And tomorrow, these are the best drivers in the world, so we're going to put on a heck of a show for everybody.
So as you get ready to go against some of the best drivers in the world, what's the next 12 hours like for yourself?
Yeah, just getting prepared, ready for the moment. Tomorrow is a long day, 400 miles here at Pocono. It's a hard racetrack. So hydration, nutrition, and just making sure that we've crossed all of our T's and dotted all our I's and make sure that we execute perfectly. Restarts are critical here, so making sure that you get as many spots when you can, and then hitting that perfect strategy and having enough fuel at the end, because it typically comes down to that.
Sellout crowd, but it's going to have to get here a little bit early tomorrow. What went into the decision to move the race up to 1 o'clock?
Yeah, so we've been watching the weather all week, and up here in the Poconos, some pop-up storms come up later in the day, and we're just we just want to get ahead of it, so we saw a perfect window of time to get the full race in, so we're we'll bump it up to 1 p.m., and so we can get a full good race in for the fans.
How does that change affect you? I know
awesome.
As creatures of habit, you probably already have the game plan set and everything like that.
No,
does the 2 hours change?
It's nice because, typically those days you're ready to go and, you're fired up. You wake up and the adrenaline's pumping and it's race day. And when you have those 3 o'clock start times, you're like, oh, man, you're just ready to get rolling. So it's a great call here by everyone in the industry to move it up, knowing that there could be some pop-up storms in the afternoon. So for us, it's a big deal to get that race started and be able to certainly get past halfway. But it looks like, we have a pretty good window to get the whole race in. So that's what the drivers want. That's what the fans want. And this gives us the window to do that. So it's perfect.
So the fact that you got to practice at 1, qualify at 2, how does that help as now the race starts at the same time, and you should have some of the same weather conditions and weather patterns?
It does help. Because a lot of times we'll be very early in the morning with our session. You go out there, the track's super fast. high grip, and then you start the race and you're like, what happened? Where'd all the grip go? You know, it's 20 degrees hotter and the track's 30 degrees hotter and you're sliding around. So I think today was a good indication of what we'll have tomorrow. But, you know, as the sun starts to set here, the pace will wick up again, and that's when it's business time.
All right, well, we got about 30 seconds left, and I already know who your prediction for tomorrow's winner is going to be. I'm assuming it's the 71
That's
car.
right, yeah.
Who are you looking at for tomorrow?
So, I mean, Denny Hamlin's very good here. He kind of has everybody numbered, but I'm actually looking at Michael's teammate, Daniel Suarez. He's looking really good in qualifying. He's been hot lately, so I'm going with Suarez.
All right, we got Suarez, we got McDonald. I'm going with Bubba Wallace, and we appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. This has been The Road to Victory Lane.